Good afternoon. Welcome to Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. How's everybody doing today? The chat is up and running. It's Monday. How was your weekend? Mine went pretty smooth. A lot of naps. I actually spent some time watching Tragedy Tales this week. This weekend I also watched Tom Grossi. He raised $1 million for charity again. The man's awesome. If you haven't looked him up, look him up. He's worth it. Afternoon Chat, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The show that has no script, has no agenda. The guest stars of this show are the people in the chat. They determine what we talk about. They're in control. So if you see me talking about something and you want to change the subject, jump in the chat. You'll see me pivot on a dime. I have no script. I have no agenda. You actually do. So let me know what you want to talk about. I'm trying to set my house on fire. Sorry about that. Well, it's your proof that I'm not AI. I screw things up all the time. Yeah. If you see me going up in flames, tell me. There shouldn't be flames shooting up behind me or anything. The flame fell off my cigarette. What can I tell you? That's your proof. I'm not AI. AI doesn't smoke. So, what do you guys got going on today? Or did you just tune in to watch me burn? Well, let's see. If we go through the news, Nancy Guthrie, not good. I think it's pretty safe to assume that she's no longer with us. It's time to start winding this down and help the family get a little bit of closure, as much as they can get. It's not looking good, folks. Well, I don't want to be doom and gloom, but the kidnappers never sent any proof of life. That's not a good sign, in my opinion. I don't have any knowledge. It's just opinion. Yeah, it looks like I'm having a bad hair day. It's 20 degrees outside. I'm in Michigan. At least it's not snowing and there's none on the ground. What else you guys want to talk about? The other bad news, the fact that we're about ready to start a major war with Iran. Well, Iran's surrounded right now. 40% of the American military is just offshore. 2 aircraft carriers in the Med, 2 aircraft carriers in the Indian Ocean. You don't move 40% of your forces into an area without having a battle plan of some type. It's going to happen. I'm afraid sooner rather than later. It's not good. Well, we could go back to the old Epstein files. Oh, that reminds me. I need to do a poll. All right. Let's see here. Figure out what I'm doing. Start a poll. Are you okay with all right, we'll try that. Are you okay with the White House starting a daycare? I guess that H in house should have been capitalized. My bad. So what's going on, people? The poll's up. I did get a nap today. Old guys like naps. What can I tell you? I got up, had coffee and breakfast, and went back to bed. All the cool guys take naps nowadays. Didn't you know that? Yeah, so the Epstein files still haven't been released. We're about to have war with everybody and their brother. Donald Trump and the Supreme Court aren't getting along. On the face, anyways. What do you guys want to talk about? How about the blockade of Cuba? Those people are down there starving to death. Mainstream media is not showing you, but it's not pretty. They have a blockade down there. There's no oil or gas getting into that country. Those people cannot survive without it. There's no reason for it. Same thing with what's going on in Venezuela. No reason for it. And they just found a sub off the coast of Greenland. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Well, I'm sorry, but our pedophile in chief seems to have lost all his marbles. That's the way it looks to me. I mean, all I can offer you is my opinion. One guy sitting on one end of his couch, but it doesn't look good to me. None of it. ICE agents have, 75,000 people in concentration camps for no reason. Doesn't have to. They choose to. Donald Trump and the Republican Party are okay with what ICE is doing. They're all right with it. They think this is good. I don't think it's good, but they do. Congress is supposed to keep the president in check. This Congress doesn't care what he does. So I say, why care about this Congress? Vote them all out of office. When you go into the voting booth this year, don't re-elect any politicians. No more incumbents. These people aren't working for us. They're working for the private prison industry and ICE. They're working for the criminals. They're working for the corporations that have bribed them. Those same corporations that refuse to give you a raise are bribing your politicians to the point where your politicians will not do anything for you. They are there for self-enrichment and bribes. That's the way it appears to me. I mean, feel free to jump in the chat and disagree. I don't see it working out. I don't see anything good happening ever from this current regime. The Supreme Court tells him he can't have tariffs, so what's he do? Tariffs. They tell him it's illegal, and he does not have the power to do it, so he wants to do it. Yeah, dumber than a box of rocks, in my opinion. What do you guys think? What can be gained from any of this? They want to throw people out of the country. It's ridiculous. If you can go in front of a judge, get the judge to sign a warrant, go arrest a man, take him into court, have another judge sit and say, no, he's got to leave, I got no problem with that. Due process. It's worked for 250 years. Why wouldn't it work today? But the country is being run by a bunch of pedophiles that don't believe in due process. They believe in prejudice. It's their whole shtick. Prejudice is the dumbest thing ever happened in America. Our law that says this prejudice is stupid is 55 years old. Half of these people are running around being bigots in your name. How do you feel about that? I don't like it. Personal opinion. I don't like it at all. Your opinion matters. Jump in the chat and voice it. We'll hear you out. But I'm telling you that this is stupid. Going after people because of the color of their skin. I wish America could finally outgrow that. I don't know, maybe after the next generation dies. The law in 1965, 55 plus years ago, said that we're all created equal. Skin color doesn't matter. And these people refuse to believe it. It's the law and has been for 55 years. Makes no sense at all. These bigots need to grow up and try to operate within the boundaries of our laws. The Constitution that they took an oath to, and they're being absurd. They are criminals in my mind. Personal opinion. Feel free to disagree. I just don't see it. And I don't see how it ends nicely. The history books are going to say, it looks like America's trying to bring back slavery. How else would you interpret that? Why can't they operate within the confines of the Constitution? It's worked for 250 years. Why won't it work for them? The law says no race is better than the other. It's not just me, it's the law. The law of the land. It's in the Constitution. And these morons can't figure it out. Why? Why can't they read English? You cannot treat someone as a second-class citizen. There's only one class, citizen. These are not all illegal people. And this illegality you're talking about is minor. It's a fix-it ticket. If you cross into the United States without going through a border crossing, if you swim the river, it's a fix-it ticket. It's not a felony. There's no hard time. It's a fix-it ticket. They write you a little citation and they say, oh, you got to go to the border crossing and stand in line like everybody else. That's all it is. They're acting like it's some gross felony, like they've murdered people. They have not. Illegal aliens are not on welfare. They're not voting. They're not doing any of that stuff. They can't. They're not citizens. You must be a U.S. citizen to get welfare in this country. You must be a U.S. citizen to vote in this country. Anybody that's telling you they're voting is lying to you. Anyone that's telling you that they're on welfare is lying to you. You must be a U.S. citizen to vote or collect welfare. They're not taking your job. You didn't want to work in that field. You don't want to harvest watermelon. They fill a need in our society, and we need to give them a path towards citizenship. Excuse me. No, it's ridiculous. Non-citizens cannot vote. Non-citizens cannot register to vote. They're not eating cats and dogs. All these people are lying to you. I don't understand why people believe this crap. They're telling you that the economy, they're telling you America's in the golden age. Do you believe that crap? I don't. No, they're lying to you. I don't allow liars in my house. I don't invite them into my home. And I sure as hell don't vote for them. What do you think? You really believe that these non-citizens get to cast a ballot in this country? They can't prove it. If it was happening, they'd be able to prove it. They'd have evidence. They'd be able to go into court. They ain't going into court because they got no proof. They got no proof because it's not real. Just like America's golden age is not real. What do you think? My personal opinion, the birth rate in the United States is low. As these people immigrate, we should be asking them to have children. It would give them a vested interest in staying in this country. Illegal aliens work jobs and they pay into Social Security, but they don't collect Social Security. They can't. You must be a U.S. citizen to collect Social Security. So they pay the money in, but never get any out. They are not locking up murderers and rapists. They are locking up cooks and dishwashers and maids and construction workers and farm workers. Our friends and family. Hundreds of Americans are getting locked up in these detention centers. And eventually they prove their citizenship and they are forced to release them. What are you going to do? How are you going to keep your job if they arrest you illegally? No, you don't get to get in front of a judge. No, they're just throwing you in a detention camp, they call them. It's a concentration camp. The, the conditions those people are forced to live in are inhumane. These are crimes against humanity, conducted and condoned by Donald Trump and the Republican Party. That's the way I see it. Do you see it different? You think all those people are 75,000 killers and rapists that they got in those camps? They're not. They're innocent people. And they're harassing the shit out of them, mistreating them, and killing them. Shipping them off to foreign countries that they've never been to without due process. It's the lack of due process that pisses me off the most. But these ICE sweeps in the streets of our towns, that's some sick, sick behavior. And I'll tell you, the worst part of it is those ICE agents they are going around violating people's civil rights. They are following illegal orders. That's what I see from my end of my couch. What do you see? Tourism is down. There are no jobs in America. But they think this is the golden age. Do you think this is the golden age for America? If you do, you're probably a billionaire. They're the only ones making bank. I remember 10 years ago, the Democrats wanted to raise the minimum wage in this country. 10 years ago. Has it raised? No. What are you getting from this government? Are they helping you? I don't see where they're helping anybody except themselves. Insider trading, sweetheart backroom deals, taking bribes, protecting pedophiles. Do you like all this stuff? Being forced to live within Donald Trump's reality TV show? The man's got to be in front of the cameras every stinking day. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing him. I think the man's vile. That's my opinion. Disgusting. All of it. Everything from his foreign policy to his domestic policy. Bad. Just bad. So what's on your mind today? What do you guys want to talk about? It's about 23 degrees here. No snow on the ground, but it could snow anytime. I'm in Michigan, though. What about you guys? Where are you at? What's the weather like where you're at? Yeah, it's Monday. My faith in mankind is still there. I still believe the humans are good, nice, decent people. But our current government here in the United States is a bunch of crooks and immoral bastards, as far as I'm concerned. I don't feel like it's the golden age. I'll tell you that much. Maybe I'll put that as tomorrow's poll question. I got to get better with doing these polls. I'm trying. So, what's on your mind? What do you guys want to talk about? As far as Iran goes, I think there's a serious confrontation coming. They've got them surrounded. It makes no sense. They need to leave those damn people alone. They need to leave everybody alone. They're messing with Syria. You may not know what happened in Syria. In Syria, the U.S. was partnered up with the Kurds, who were pro-democracy. The Trump regime decided to change sides in the war, and oh yeah, they didn't bother to tell anyone. They started backing a new dictator who is now killing all the Kurds. The U.S. went from being their partner and ally and changed sides. That's just Syria. The United States changed sides and started withdrawing their troops from Syria. We used to have 8 bases in Syria. We now have 2. And the people that were our allies are getting killed. It's not an ethnic cleansing like is going on in Gaza. Yeah, they decided to kill all those people and take their land. Israel's doing a real nice job of murdering people and taking their land. All of America should be proud of Israel right now. Well, they can murder just like anybody else. Our current administration in the United States thinks it's okay for Russians to kill Ukrainians. They think it's okay for a dictator to kill people that like democracy in Syria. They think it's okay for Israel to commit the same crimes that were committed against them in World War II. Kill them, take everything they own. It's brutal, all of this stuff. The U.S. had a submarine outside of Greenland. Why? We're not at war with Greenland. We're not at war with Cuba. We're not at war with Venezuela. And right now, we're not at war with Iran. So what the hell are they doing? None of this makes any sense. It's all a shiny object to get your attention. Don't worry about the Epstein files. Don't worry about all the children who are molesting. Let me ask you this. Do you think Donald Trump is still molesting children? You going to trust your kids with him? It's all just horrible, heinous. None of it makes any sense. U.S. foreign policy is to kiss up to dictators and screw over our allies. Congress is nothing but a joke. They all need to be voted out of office, every single one of them. When you get to vote, don't reelect anyone. We need a fresh group of people in there. These people that are in there are corrupt. We got to give them the old boot. Don't let the door hit you in the ass. We'll get fresh people in there and start over. Do you think any of these people are worth the powder to blow them to hell? I don't. I'm sorry, but I just don't see it. Kash Patel himself deleted some of those Epstein files. Nice guy. With Nancy Guthrie missing, 3 weeks missing, he decided to go to Italy on your dime. You and I paid for that trip. He got pretty drunk, had a good time. Took a $70 million private jet and just took off to Italy. No sense of responsibility. None. None of them. They think it's okay to protect pedophiles. Are these the people are they representing you? I don't feel like they're representing me. I feel like they're ruining my reputation. They're making me look bad. I disagree with everything this president is doing. Literally everything. I don't think Vladimir Putin is our friend. I don't think Viktor Orban is our friend. I don't think any of these dictators are our friend. They are just making themselves rich. Donald Trump is stealing all your money right in front of you. Congress is supposed to have the purse strings, but Donald Trump sends $40 billion to bail out Argentina. Donald Trump sues the IRS for $10 billion for leaking his tax returns. Donald Trump gave $10 billion to the, what is this fake UN that he just come up with? The Peace Council or something. It's all, they're stealing your money. Stealing the money from the American taxpayer. They ain't giving spit to you. Supreme Court tells him tariffs are illegal, so what's he do? Tariff. They tell him, you can't do this, so his response is, I'm going to do it anyways. The tariff is your tax money. You're the one paying it. I get on all these national issues and ignore the international audience. I apologize. Since I've been doing this, I've talked to people in 10 different countries. I like it. But all the stuff I'm ranting about today is all domestic. If NATO wants cooperation from Donald Trump, they need to either bribe him or blackmail him. It's the only two choices you got. He won't work with you. Bribe him or blackmail him. That's the only two things he responds to. I'm expecting him to keep hiding the Epstein files, to keep hiding what was going on, protecting the pedophiles, protecting his buddies. Half his goddamn cabinet was in the Epstein files. This guy Lutnick, what a piece of crap. He took his kids to Fetish Island. This is a cover-up from the word go, and it has been a cover-up for over 30 years. Goes all the way back to the George Bush Jr. They've been covering it up and hiding it, and I'm telling you, they were paying him with CIA money. The U.S. government was paying this man. As was the Israeli government. They wanted this to continue, and they allowed it to continue in excess of 3 decades. United States government is dirty. They're not legit. It's a criminal organization run by and staffed by criminal pedophiles. I had to stop reading the Epstein files that had been released. They're too grotesque. A 9-year-old girl, a 13-year-old girl with Down syndrome. It's too disgusting to read. Sorry. You won't hear the truth from the corporate media. Nope. They're owned by the same guys that are bribing your politicians. How much truth are you getting out of the politicians? None? Then why would you expect it from their media? I have no desire to get into that fray. None whatsoever. It's all too disgusting. I think they need to go after all of those guys and prosecute them all. Why aren't they turning state's evidence? If all these guys are such good guys, why aren't they willing to testify and tell the truth? They have to lie. It's all they know how to do. Business partnerships. It was all espionage going on that island. They were getting dirt on all of these guys so that they could blackmail them and they could sell the dirt to foreign countries. One of these foreign countries is going to hack, and they'll release the rest of the Epstein files. They'll put them out there. It might be Iran that does it. I can't blame them. Everybody in every other country, the people in the Epstein files are being prosecuted. They're going after them. In the United States, not so much. It's not happening. They don't care. They're telling the world's pedophiles, you're safe here. Come to America and do it. Their inaction, their inability to prosecute these people, their unwillingness to stop this. And who took Epstein's place? Who's the new pimp on the block? Somebody's providing all those rich guys with hookers. Somebody's doing it. But I guarantee you there's no investigation. I guarantee you they're not going after the criminals. They're going after Trump's political enemies. They're going after ICE victims. Compounding the crimes. It's all they care about. Seems kind of negative today. The show seems negative. Feel free to jump in the chat. We can pivot on a dime here. We can talk about something positive. But right now, where I'm sitting, it all looks negative. They have no right. They have no business doing this shit. They're doing it anyways. Excuse me. I had to sneeze. More proof I'm not AI. It's all I'm doing today. Being negative and proving that I'm not artificial intelligence. I'm not even either one. I'm not artificial and I'm not intelligent. I'm just a guy. Wants to meet people, find out what's on their mind, give them a chance to speak their mind. NBC is not going to let you get on the air and talk. CBS isn't going to do it. Fox isn't going to do it. They're not going to. They don't want you to voice your opinion. You might tell the truth. They're afraid of the truth. I'm putting my hopes in the next group of politicians that we elect. Got to put all my eggs in that basket. Hopefully, our next president will appoint a special prosecutor and go after all of these clowns. Afternoon Chat's a free show. You'll find no midstream ads, no commercials of any kind. The show doesn't have an agenda. We're not trying to control and manipulate people. And I'm not trying to chase you down and tackle your wallet. I'm not coming out with a line of merch. I'm not running for political office. I'm simply here to meet people and give them a chance to have their say. I believe interactive TV is the thing of the future. What do you think? If you've ever wanted to talk to your TV, here's a golden opportunity. Okay. Free of charge. It's only about a 8-second delay today. Spectrum must be having a good day. Yeah, I got family breakfast coming up tomorrow morning. I do that every Tuesday morning. It's a high point in my week. Get to catch up and find what everybody else is doing. Find out what's going on with their kids and that kind of stuff. There's generally anywhere from, well, I'll say a minimum of 6 to a maximum of 12 of my family that meets down there for breakfast on Tuesday mornings. Some people will be out of town, you know, but when everybody's there, it's a decent sized table. Plenty of people to talk to. Generally, they're not all on their phone. They're generally eating and socializing. It's kind of refreshing. Generally speaking, when I look at a 4-top, a table of 4, 2 of those people will be on their phone. A whole lot of scrolling going on. So what's your opinion on the show? Is there something that you see you think I should change, or something you think I need to work on? I'd love to hear your opinion. I've been doing this about 5 months now. I kind of like it. I feel good about it. Well, at the end of the show, I feel like I vented. It's almost like going to a counselor. I feel better after the show because I got to speak my mind. And I would encourage you to speak yours. Now, here in the United States, we have freedom of speech. If you're in a foreign country and you don't have freedom of speech, do not get yourself in trouble with your government. It's not worth it. Here in the United States, I can get away with an awful lot. The only thing we have to do is we do have to abide by the community guidelines established by YouTube. It's the only platform we're on, so we need to be careful not to piss them off. Okay. I'm expecting the show to go fine this week. Last week we had a lot of competition with Tom Grossi doing his charity stream. I watched Tom Grossi and I watched a lot of that charity stream, and if you go back and you watch it, it'll warm your heart. There are so many good people in this world, it's ridiculous. The good guys outnumber the bad guys by a lot. To this day, I know we got bad guys in government. All countries appear to. But the people aren't like that. The people seem really nice, really kind, very compassionate. Last year I watched more of Tom Grossi's charity stream than I did this year, but I watched quite a bit this year. But this weekend I got hung up watching Tragedy Tales. He's a friend of the show, Ryan. Nice guy from the UK. If you get a chance, check out his channel. It's on YouTube called Tragedy Tales. I recommend him. He does a great job with his videos. Very informative. And he talks about things that are delicate topics. It doesn't get too gross, but, you know, he has a niche. And it's a horror niche. I watch him and his channel. I watch Cross Timbers Bison. That's a real interesting show to me. Guy named Dusty Baker in southern Oklahoma, raising American bison. He's got a couple 100 acres down there, and he's raising wild animals. I like watching his show. You couldn't get me into a pasture with a bunch of wild bison, I'm telling you. You ain't going to outrun them. Okay. And they are wild. I enjoy watching the show. The guy's even raising wild turkeys. He hatches them from eggs and then lets them go. It's pretty cool. He's trying to raise bees as well. The bees didn't go so well this year. He had, I guess, 5 hives starting and lost 3 last I knew. But a real interesting channel. I watch all my NFL football on Chat Sports. with a guy named Mike Kimber. I just identify with the guy. He's in Southwest Michigan. He's a Lions fan. We just have a lot of common ground. And I watched Tom Grossi, of course. He should be in Hawaii right now on vacation. Or no, he leaves tomorrow. He leaves tomorrow for vacation. He needs one. He live streams all the Green Bay Packer games, and he also live streams all the playoff games. Not college, NFL. I think the guy's funny as hell. He has one of his deals that he does. It's called Scripted. Highly recommend it. If you like NFL football, you'll like Scripted. Personal opinion. These guys don't pay me to endorse them, okay? And these aren't commercials. I'm just telling you who I watch, where I'm getting my information from, what I'm doing on my weekend. What are you guys doing on your weekend? I enjoy watching these shows. I chat with the guy Mike Kimber. I don't chat with Tom Grossi. There's too many people in his chat room. He's got like 1,000 people in there all the time. The chat's just scrolling by. Drives me nuts. He does a good job keeping up with it. He's been doing it 11 years. Mike Kimber's been doing it for 7 years. I've only been doing it for 5 months, and my chat never gets full, but I don't know who all YouTube is putting my show in front of. So they'll figure it out eventually. When I decided to do this project, I told myself, well, I got to give it 3 years. But it is 5 days a week from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I enjoy it. Met some really nice people so far. Not too much else going on here. I'm waiting on spring. I want the weather to change so I can go outside. Well, it got cold this weekend, so I didn't go outside this weekend. We had warm temperatures last week, and I was out 5 days in a row. I got to walk. That was nice. But it ain't spring yet. You know, I mean, we were like 50 degrees. "45 to 50 degrees, I'll go outside. But it's like 23 out there today. I see no reason to go out there at 23 degrees. I'd have to wear 10 pounds of gear. That's the hardest part about going outside in the wintertime in Michigan is you got to wear a lot of layers. It's the only way you can stay warm. So what are you guys doing for dinner tonight? I'm I'm going to have a ham steak, I think. I cheated last night. I just had eggs. I didn't feel like a whole production. I'll go grocery shopping tomorrow and I'll cook during the week, you know. It's hard cooking for one person. Well, I raised 2 boys, and it was easy to cook for boys. They eat everything. They're like, I don't know, bottomless pits, teenage boys. My youngest is getting ready to turn 29 this year. And my oldest is getting ready to turn 52 this year. I had 2 boys, 23 years apart. Yeah. And my granddaughter is getting ready to turn 18 this year. Very exciting. She's getting ready to go to college. I'm very excited for her, and I'm super proud. Hopefully, she'll do well in college and like it. Don't know. She's never really been away from home for that long. So what else do you guys got going on? Anything? We've got 2 weeks till the football season technically starts again. I believe March 9th, 10th, and 11th, something like that. On paper, they start the next season. The draft isn't until April. But about 30 days before the draft, they open up free agency and trading and that kind of stuff. My team, the Detroit Lions, need a lot of help. Okay, our offensive line is been destroyed. Guys retiring, guys being hurt. The NFL is, I think the average career is only 3 years. Yeah. It's a good thing those guys make big bucks because I'm telling you, their physical ailments they come out of that league with are tremendous. I think the NFL hides the injuries. They don't want people to realize, but being a pro athlete, playing NFL football, that's why they came up with that NFL not for long. The average career is only like 3 years. I think part of it is this artificial turf, my personal opinion. I don't have facts to back me up on that. It just appears to me that it's taking a toll. The Achilles injuries, the hamstring injuries, the knee injuries. A lot of them are with no contact. And then if you want to get into the CTE, the brain injuries with contact, it paints a pretty dark picture. My youngest played flag football, but he only played 1 year at tackle. Fortunately, he's too small. I'm only 5'7", and I'm actually shrinking now, so I should probably say I'm 5'6". Well, I'll let you know I'm going to renew my license next week. I might be shrinking faster than I think. I don't know. As you get old, you shrink. I'll be turning 69 next month. It's not nice. Don't say that. You can think it, but it ain't nice. I'd much rather be 19. Let me tell you. Well, make it 21. I'd still like to be able to go have a beer once in a while, but it's not like I hang out in bars anymore. That's for young people. Not too much else going on here. We need spring. Spring comes, I can go get a fishing license and go fishing. I like bass fishing. Lake perch and bass. I like the lake perch because I like to eat them. I like the bass because when you hook them, they come up and dance on top of the water on their tail. It's very exciting. I don't hunt anymore because of the glasses. Shooting isn't as fun when you can't see what you're shooting. I don't mean that to sound reckless. I mean that I was an expert shot, and then my eyesight went, and now I can only be an average shot. When you've been into the expert category and now all of a sudden you can't get there anymore, it's not as fun, in my opinion. So I don't hunt anymore. I did when I was young. Well, deer, both archery and gun. And I hunted rabbits and partridge or grouse, whatever you want to call them. Hunting's big in Michigan, and that's where I was born and raised. There's still plenty of hunting land available here. But you got to go north. The southern half of the state, unless you've got private land to hunt on, you go into the public lands and they're a little crowded. But if you get up the northern half of the state or the upper peninsula, there's tons of good hunting. As a matter of fact, I just saw that Michigan is repopulating their mountain lions. We've had over 30 sightings last year. Well, a mountain lion is a very elusive animal and very rarely seen. So if they have 30 sightings, there's a lot more big cats. I think they're a little bit smaller in Michigan than they are like out west. Colorado's got big cats. 150, 200 pounds, some of them. A mountain lion, they can leap like 25, 30 feet. You don't hear them coming because they're flying through the air. They're not on the ground. You feel them when they pounce on you, they bite your neck. Let's not go there. But out in the wild, they're very elusive. It's like bears. You can traipse around in the woods all day and not see a bear, because they hear you or they smell you and they skedaddle. They get out of Dodge. The bears you do see are the ones that are coming into the campground areas and that kind of stuff, trying to get trash, looking for easy food. But those are up north too. They're not in southern Michigan. Not so much. But hopefully spring is just around the corner and we'll be able to get some fishing in and have some fun. I was thinking about taking my phone and shooting some fishing videos. Not really sure how to do it. I guess I would have to set the phone up on a tripod or something. I got a couple of real nice fishing holes that I go to. The important thing is to be outdoors. Get that sunlight. Human beings need sunlight. We need air, water, and sunlight in order to survive. So what's on your mind today, people? What do you guys want to talk about? We've had plenty of viewers today. They get in 2, 3, 4 at a time, and then they jump out. Nobody's chatting today. They're not very talkative. Well, probably because I've been so negative. If you can find Nancy Guthrie, there's a $100,000 reward. If you're in the Tucson area, I think it's worth, take a look around, check the abandoned buildings. If she is alive, I figure they got to be feeding her fast food. They're not going to cook for her for 3 straight weeks. I figure, well, Tucson doesn't have a lot of underground facilities. There might be, 12 in the whole town. In the high desert, they don't do basements. But I would figure check the underground areas in town, check the abandoned buildings, and then I'd look for like caves or abandoned mines. something like that. Or maybe just to walk in the desert and look for some ground that's been disturbed recently. Something like that. Maybe a shipping container. But I'm figuring, kidnapper's not likely to be too domesticated, and I don't think he'd be cooking her meals, so he's got to be giving her fast food if she's still alive. But realistically, after 3 weeks, I got to figure she's not alive. I mean, they haven't shown any proof of life. If they'd have showed some proof of life, they'd have got the ransom. That's why I'm figuring she's no longer with us. But I don't have any inside information. I'm just trying to deduce, to figure it out. But if I was in the Tucson area, I'd be looking for a $100,000 reward, something to do with a day off. And you never know, you might stumble across her. It'd make you feel pretty good if you did that, especially if she was still alive, but either way. I'm thinking one of these foreign countries will hack the FBI files and release the rest of the Epstein files. It's just a matter of time. The fact that the United States has not released them, and these people are prosecuting in their countries. Well, if you can't, if you're NATO even, you want Donald Trump to get back in line, you can either bribe him or blackmail him, and those Epstein files appear to show him as a massive pedophile and a massive government cover-up. We need a whistleblower, or we need one of these foreign entities to hack the government database and give us the information. Trump's not going to do it. He wants you to believe he's been exonerated. Yeah, the little pedophile himself wants you to think he's totally innocent. He's not going to release those files unless he gets paid to do so. He don't do anything without getting paid. That's his whole shtick. It's his personal greed and vengeful behavior. That's all there is to him. Reminds me of a 2 or 3-year-old child. Those are my toys. Mine, mine, mine. That's what he thinks. Well, he doesn't understand the difference between ownership and tenancy. That's why we have no east wing of the White House. He's a temporary resident, not an owner. The guy's delusional. He's got half of his 10 count cards are missing, okay? He's not playing with a full deck. That's evident. He can't even operate within the confines of the law. Okay. You and I have to operate within the confines of the law every day, but he can't seem to do it, not for one day. That's the way it looks to me. Personal opinion, the view from my end of my couch, I'm telling you, the guy's a pedophile and he's protecting pedophiles and he's stealing money. He thinks that's part of his job description is how much money can I steal? He will probably go down in the history books as being the most criminal U.S. president in U.S. history. Yeah, quite the legacy. I don't care what he puts his name on, it ain't going to last. The next president will just rip his name off. What a loser, in my opinion. I mean, the guy could represent all the American people. He could have gotten us all health care, but no, he decided greed is the better way to go. He could be fixing America, but he's decided, nah, he'd rather just make money. I remember, like, a 5-year-old wants his allowance every day. That's what it reminds me of. I don't know why. You would think, do you guys realize how much a billion is? Just one. Do a Google. If $1 equals 1 second of time, how long would it take to get a billion seconds? 32 years? Think about it. I actually counted $1 million once. I have that in my life experience. That was 1 million. There were 4 of us locked in a soft count room at Circus Circus. And we counted $1 million, and it took us 8 hours. For 4 people to count 1 million took 8 hours. And he's a billionaire. He's got plenty of money. He already possesses what they call generational wealth. And he's had generational wealth since the day he was born. And it's still not enough. He's still got to steal $10 billion here, $10 billion there. It's pathetic. In my opinion. I mean, feel free to disagree. I don't think you people realize how much just $1 billion is. It's a lot of money. Generational wealth. You never have to work another day in your life. Once you become a billionaire, you don't ever have to do squat. You cannot spend that much money in your lifetime. It's impossible. You say, oh, I'll go out and buy this, buy that. You're making more money. You're not spending money. Spending money is what you and I do. We go to the grocery store, we go to a restaurant. $1 billion is generational wealth. You only need one. If you wanted to sit down and count $1 billion in cash, do you realize how long this would take you? Years. Literally years. If it takes 8 hours for 4 people to count 1 million, it would take you years to count $1 billion. It's a sick amount of money. And Donald Trump and his cabinet, they've all got billions of dollars, and they're all so greedy that they're lying, cheating, and stealing to get more. It's an obsession with these people. They're not driven. They're obsessed. Elon Musk never has to work a day in his life, but he's so sick, so ill, he has to keep making more and more and more. It's an illness. It's the same thing as a junkie that gets hooked on meth. They're just going to keep smoking more. They're never going to have enough. It's an addiction. They're not driven. They're obsessed. If you've already got generational wealth, what the hell are you doing? They're bribing politicians, making backroom deals, molesting children. These are very, very depraved individuals. Their behavior is sickening. I mean, think about it. Enough is enough. But they can't quit. They're no different than that junkie you see laying in the gutter on the street in Skid Row. There's no difference at all. That junkie will steal from you. He'll stab you. He'll do anything to get his next fix. The billionaires, they'll do anything to get their next billion. They have no conscience. They're sociopaths. It's mental illness that drives these people. With Nancy Guthrie missing for 3 weeks, the head of the FBI took a $70 million private jet and went to Italy to see a hockey game. You paid for it. I paid for it with our tax dollars. He's not doing his job. If he was doing his job, Nancy Guthrie would have been found. He don't care about his job. He don't care about Nancy Guthrie. He wants to go have a beer with the gold medal champions. He wants to suck up and steal their glory and make it his. How pathetic is that? They deserve the stage, not him. They worked for it. They won the gold medal, not him. Yet he is all over my TV wearing the damn medal, drinking a beer. On the taxpayer dime. On a work day. Right? It's pathetic what these people are doing. All of them. I'd go the other way. I'd give the job to somebody else and just retire, and I'd go fishing. Find something else to do with my time. Makes no sense. If you've already got $1 billion, why are you taking up a job that could be done by somebody that wanted to do that job? I've seen this kind of crap happen all the damn time throughout my life. I saw a casino go into bankruptcy, and their solution to get out of bankruptcy was to put in a $5 million spa so that the CEO, when he came into work, could go to the spa. That spa's not bringing in business, not going to get your casino out of bankruptcy. Made no sense at all. Stupid. Stupid people do stupid things. They make poor choices. And these guys could care less. They don't have a conscience. That's why they think it's okay to rape children. They have no conscience. Why aren't all of those people in the Epstein files clamoring at the Department of Justice doors saying, let me testify. Let me turn state's evidence. Let me tell you what I know. None of them are doing that. Not a one. They do not have the same morals you and I have. They do not have the same ethics you and I have. These people are the scum of the earth. They have the money, they have the power, and they choose to not do their job to the best of their ability. What do you and I do? We do our jobs to the best of our ability every day. When was the last time you took a day off? I've been doing this show. I'm retired. I've been doing this show, which makes me no money at all, 5 days a week for 5 months. In that time, I took 2 days off, Thanksgiving and Christmas. They don't have a work ethic. After these midterm elections, you're going to see a mass exodus of Donald Trump's cabinet. They're all going to be running for the hills. because he's about to get impeached for his criminal activity and for their criminal activity. If you were president of the United States and you had to put together a cabinet, would you do it with people that you knew were good people? Or would you fill those positions with pedophiles and fellow criminals? I'm just asking. What do you think? What do you think of the poll question today? Are you okay with the White House starting a daycare? If he hasn't had to pay any penance for his crimes of molesting children, why is he not molesting children today? You think he stopped? As a cigarette smoker, I know the dangers of cigarette smoking, yet I continue to smoke. Why? Oh, I like it. And I haven't gotten sick yet. I'm going to do it until when? I've been smoking for over 50 years. Why would I stop now? What's my incentive to stop? What's Donald Trump's incentive to stop molesting children? He has none. He does not feel guilty about it. That's evident. He's protecting people that do these kind of crimes on purpose. It's premeditated. What do you think? Are you okay with the White House starting a daycare? I'm not. These people do not have morals. They do not have ethics. They do not have a conscience. Just like the junkie that's sitting in the gutter, all they can think about is their next fix. All this U.S. government can think about is getting their next $1 billion. That's all they're concerned with. Nothing else matters to them. Think about it. Why should they, if they haven't been held accountable yet, why should they stop doing the crime? How did Donald Trump get convicted of 34 felonies? Not the same felony 34 times, 34 different felonies. These are sick people. In my opinion. I mean, feel free to jump in the chat and disagree, but I'll hear you out. But I'm telling you, these are not good people. And they are not doing good deeds. They are not doing anything for you. They are not doing anything for me. They are pissing away taxpayer dollars. If you're okay with these guys opening a daycare, would you let your kids go there? I wouldn't. I ended the poll. I've got to get better at starting and ending these polls. It's something that I'm working on. Nobody voted today. It was probably a bad poll. Blame it on me. Okay. It's all my doing. Well, I didn't capitalize house when in the term White House. I didn't capitalize the H. That's glaring at me. Man, you would think that with my 9th grade education, I would have better grammar. I mean, you would think. It's like I wasted those 9 years in school. Just don't tell my sons, okay? They both graduated high school. The show's called Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. The show has no script. It has no agenda. I'm not trying to control and manipulate people. I am trying to meet people, find out what's on their mind, and give them an opportunity to speak. Let your voice be heard. It's a free show. No midstream ads, no commercials. I'm not trying to get your money. I do need my channel to be monetized. I do need people to like and subscribe if they could, but if you can't, don't worry about it. I'm not going to sweat it. I say that because YouTube tells me to say that. And I'm trying to be good and follow instructions. It's not going to work, but I'm still trying. That's their program, not mine. Okay. YouTube is the only social media that I'm on. I'm not on X. I'm not on Blue Sky or any of the. I don't like any of them. I like YouTube. Most of the things I watch on TV are on YouTube. Occasionally, I'll see something on another platform. On another platform, but it's very rare. I like the YouTube Premium. I've got no commercials. Commercials drive me nuts. That's why there's none on this channel. I don't like them. I'm not going to read them either. There ain't going to be no sponsors on this show. I don't care. I want the people in the chat to be the actual stars of the show. Your opinion matters. Whatever you want to talk about is fine with me. I do not have an agenda with this show. I talk about whatever crosses my mind when no one gets in the chat. I'm concerned about Nancy Guthrie. I'm concerned about the United States government and their warmongering. I have concerns, so these things cross my mind. That's why we talk about these things. Anytime you want to change the subject, please feel free to jump in the chat. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. As long as we stay within the community guidelines of YouTube, we're golden. The only agenda I have is I want to give you the opportunity. I honestly believe interactive TV is the way we're going. I believe it's the way of the future. And I like meeting people, finding out what are your priorities, what's on your mind. I spent most of my adult life working the table games in the casinos in Las Vegas, 33 plus years, dealing blackjack, craps, and roulette. While I was doing that, I got accustomed to meeting a lot of people. During the course of a given week, I must have met a minimum of 100 people every week. They'd come up to my table, they'd sit down, and we'd start a conversation. This is the same type of format, only I'm not taking your money. And it doesn't cost you any money to sit here and be on this show. It's all free. Whatever you want to talk about. I'm an old guy. I'm turning 69 next month. I've got a lot of life experience, and I guarantee you it's totally different than yours. I've had a very unique life, very different from yours. It offers you a different perspective. That's all. I'm not saying my way is the right way. I'm just saying that we're all unique. We all have a different perspective. We all have different life experiences. Meeting people, I can learn new things. Find out about different cultures. I love that stuff. I find it very interesting. And I'm not going to believe something about a foreign country that I hear on the news. But if I met a man from that foreign country, I'd believe him. The news here in America is biased. It's tainted at the very least. It's more like propaganda than it is news, in my opinion. The things I talk about are what it just happens to be running across my mind on a given day. I'm not going to stream dead air. Okay? I'm going to fill it with something. I'd like to fill it with you and your opinion. You're welcome. You'll find this to be an inclusive channel, not an exclusive club. Everyone is going to be welcome here, and you're going to find me actually defending the people in the chat, defending their opinions. It takes guts to go on TV and put your name on something. It takes guts to voice your opinion. I respect that. And I want to protect all the people in the chat. You want to slam somebody? Slam me. I'll be your day shift whipping boy. Okay? Those people in the chat that are brave enough to voice their opinions, I want you to respect them as I do. If I preach anything at all on this channel, I preach tolerate, don't hate. My opinion. If you're nice to everybody all the time, all that niceness comes back to you tenfold. Human beings interact. That's why we have cities. When human beings live and work in close proximity with one another. They collaborate. When human beings collaborate, they build great things. I'm hoping we can collaborate on this channel and build a great community of nice people throughout the world that just want to chat in the middle of the afternoon. If you want to bring an agenda to the show, you can, but it's not required. You don't have to chat. I'm not requiring anyone to do anything. And I'm not selling you anything. But if you'd like to voice your opinion, I want you to know that you're welcome. What you're going to get out of me with this show, hopefully, is reliability and consistency. I'll be here 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. And I'll give everybody a fair opportunity to voice their opinion. Don't give out your personal information. You can tell us what country you're from. You can tell us what line of work you're in. But don't give us your personal information. Protect yourself at all times. I do want to let everyone that's watched know that I do appreciate the views. I appreciate those who can like and subscribe. I appreciate all of you. You matter to me. Hopefully, we'll build a great community. We'll have great discussions, and we'll all learn things about it, one another, and life will be good. With all that said, I'll get out of here for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you then. In the meantime, be safe, be happy, find someone to love. I dare you. I'll see you tomorrow.